When you tell people you fingerboard, most of the time they're like, the little skateboards, you still play with those. Until you pop a trick like a kickflip, land and roll away, then they're intrigued. Anytime somebody asks how to do a trick, I always say the same thing: roll, then pop the trick. I don't ever recommend just being in one place and then popping the trick. It builds a good habit if you practice rolling, then popping your trick. Now, probably the most important step is the finger placement. Middle finger on the tail, index finger kind of in the middle of the board, maybe just a little bit more towards the nose. I don't have screws to show you, but right underneath the bottom screws. My middle finger is not so flat, it's more arced. I've seen people's fingers where they're super flat and they're popping it great. As long as it's right in the middle, I think it's gonna pop good. Now, the reason why I arc my middle finger when I do it, I don't know if anybody else can relate to this. When I bend my pinky, these two fingers also bend, and I can't pull them up like this. It's like the nerves or the tendons are connected. I don't know. So this is always arced because when I'm riding, my fingers are tucked. So that's why my middle finger's arced. And it's sitting kind of near the tip of the tail. And this is super important. You want your middle finger to be right in the middle. You don't want it on this side or this side because then it's gonna pop weird. And my pointer finger is pretty flat. Now there's a crease here on your finger. If I'm set up and I flip the board to kind of examine it, the board is overlapping on that first crease. Okay, so start back here, start rolling, get set up in that position. And when you're here, you gotta make sure you're focusing on the pop. And this is typically where I like to pop it, because if my hand is somewhat directly over my head when I pop it, it can get kind of tight. Pop the tail with your middle finger, and when the board arcs up like that, just raise your index finger up and slightly outwards. Just like that, up and slightly out, because when it's like this, and I do that, it's gonna flick off this corner right here. And that's what's gonna make it rotate. When it flicks off the nose like that, my wrist is also just gonna do that. I'm not gonna move my fingers at all. I'm just gonna level out my wrist. My wrist and my arm is gonna move up and kind of outwards like that, all in one motion, like that. It kind of all happens at once. The pop, the flick, the arm movement going up and out, the leveling out your wrist. It's a lot to think about, but when you get it, you get it. It's like it's locked in there forever. All those steps right there, that's gonna give it that momentum to pop and just be in the air and rotate. And without the wrist and the arm movement, it kind of just looks like this. Now, when I'm in the air, my fingers don't really move a whole lot, because when I pop and I land, I wanna be kind of in the same position that I started. Keep your eye, they always said it in baseball if you played that, keep your eye on the ball, keep your eye on the board and land somewhat in the same position. It can be flatter like that, but land somewhat in that same position that you started. Index finger's up there, middle finger's there. That way I can set up really quick to hit another one or finish the line if you're doing one. That's kind of all there is to it. And if you're trying to learn this trick, I wouldn't necessarily worry so much about catching the board and then landing it. That'll come over time. For now, just focus on the basic steps. And if you have any other tips for kickflips that I didn't cover in this video, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. And also let me know what trick I should cover next.